let's go to the documents I'd like to submit. Okay, number one is a leaflet that was posted all over Western Ukraine and in Lviv on the day of the pogrom on the 1st of July, 1941. It can be found in other archives and local archives. And it is signed by Ivan Klimil. It's composed by Ivan Klimil from the land leadership of the Ukrainian nationalists on the maternal Ukrainian lands. And it says very clearly, Znai, Moskva, Polscha, Magyari, Zhidova, це твої вороги, нищ їх. No, Moscow, Poland, the Hungarians, and Jewry, these are your enemies, destroy them. Also, I'll mention that these documents, which Mr. Lozynskyj thinks are fake, are remembered by Holocaust survivors who have never set foot near a Soviet archive. This and the next two documents I'm going to discuss are from Marko Tsarinik's article in Nationalities Papers in 2011, Foes of Our Rebirth, Ukrainian Nationalist Discussions About Jews, 1929 to 47. And this is precisely a collection designed to give the lie to those who claim that OUN was non-anti-Semitic. In fact, there are maybe about a dozen or so similar documents. I've only chosen 3 as a sample, and I believe people should read those. Number 2 document, an order from, again, Ivan Klimil, who was land leader of OUN, dated 31st of August, 1941. And this is an order to fellow members of OUN. На всіх домах, морях, плотах і так далі написи. Смерть москалям, полякам, жидам. І другим ворогам України. Хай живе Гітлер, хай живе німецька армія. Quote. This is 31st August 1941? Yes. On all houses, walls, fences, etc. Write these inscriptions. Death to the Muscovites, Poles, Jews, and other enemies of Ukraine. Long live Hitler. Long live the German army. Document 3 is a leaflet from mid-July 1941, printed leaflet from plenipotentiary of the Organization of Ukrainian Nationalists. It says, Треба негайно перевести реєстрацію відмежування жидів від арійського населення та вживати їх до фізичної праці. We must immediately conduct a registration and a separation of Jews from the Aryan population and use them for physical labor. Okay, number 4 is a German document, and it's from the Ereignismeldung, number 24, and this was a report from Einsatzgruppe C, or C. And Einsatzgruppe C was the primary killing force that eliminated Ukraine's Jews. And they report on the destruction of the Jewish population. And here's just a sample of one of their reports. I won't read it in German. The investigations in Zolochiv have established that the Russians, before their retreat, arrested and murdered, without particular selection, altogether 700 Ukrainians. Among them, however, the entire Ukrainian intelligentsia. And this refers to the NKVD murders of 1941, which killed over 10,000 people. And I go back to the German document. In reprisal for this, the militia, at the orders of the Wehrmacht, arrested several hundred Jews to be shot. The number of liquidated Jews was between 300 and 500.
All right, may I interrupt at this point? Let's talk about these 4 documents that you submitted, all right? Let's take the last one.
Get the end of them first.
Excuse me? You finished the 4 documents.
No, I have 9 documents.
No, you have 9 exhibits. You have 4 documents. The others are alleged testimony and pictures.
William, I would like to go through all my evidence first.
Go ahead. There are time constraints, Mr. Himka.
Yes. I didn't take as long without that interruption. Okay, the 5th document is a testimony of Richard Rindner, a Holocaust survivor, from the 8th of September, 1944. And I'll read it just the English part. On 1st of July, the Ukrainian militia was seizing Jews on the streets, took them to various assembly points where they were mercilessly beaten. And this is from the archive of the Jewish Historical Institute in Warsaw. That follows document 6, the testimony, or exhibit 6, testimony of Yanisław Korczynski from 1945, I believe. It says, the day after the entrance of the Germans into Lviv, I saw a group of Ukrainians with yellow and blue armbands conducting a group of Jews, women and men, about 70 persons, to the prison on Zamarstenyo Street. As they led them, they beat them with clubs, and at the gate stood several Ukrainians who beat all those who went in. Also from the archive of the Jewish Historical Institute. Number 7 is a photograph of a kneeling woman with her hands up. We know from numerous testimonies and memoirs that Jews were forced to crawl on their to walk on their knees with their hands up some distance. And you can see very clearly a militiaman beside her, and that comes from Witold Mendykovsky's book of Cieniu Gigantów, and he doesn't say his source, but he works at Yad Vashem. Number 8 is a still from a film showing Jews exhuming and cleaning corpses from Brigidki prison. A militiaman uses his baton to make a Jewish man move faster. And this is from the film archive of the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum. And number 9, the last picture I'd like to use, and this has been the subject of considerable debate, but I think things have clarified a lot more now. This is Ivan Voloshin. You can see his Ukrainian militia identification. It exists in the state archives of Lviv Oblast. There are 8 such identifications in the state archives of Lviv Oblast. And the pictures of the Lviv pogrom, which I put next to it, are from the Wiener Library in London. His identification in the militia was issued 21st of July, 1941, but he actually entered the militia on 3rd of July. He was part of a special investigative department in the militia that seems to have been connected with OUN's security service. He was not in the militia during the pogrom, but he was clearly an influential person who later joined the militia, and we don't know when he joined the special task force of the OUN. The initial research for this composite photograph was conducted by Professor Jeffrey Birds of Northeastern University. And that's it.